Okay, so now we had an issue with our mic, and we also had some issues getting into the some of the tables here. So I went ahead. I'm going to go ahead and log in. I had to step away for a while, so I was actually logged out of some of these sites. But just to go over what we covered so far. So we created the work order table. The work order table was an extension of a task table. Again, in retrospect, if I were to do this again, I would have just extended from the materials table, and I could have just recreated these fields here on my own. Um, so I created the work order. This table has a work order information, has a number, the customer name. This is a custom field that I created because it allowed me to tap into the system, to the users already on my PDI. For work order, we do have an approval. The approval workflow that we created is intended to generate an alert for any order that has been submitted that is beyond, I believe it's $2,000 what we set it to. So that's the workflow that we have. And then we also have another workflow that when the state of this workflow is changed to complete, then we would have generated an email to the client to let them know that the work has been complete. So right now, this is very standard, what I created from the work order details. But on the materials cost, I had some issues on the materials cost table. I was trying to figure out what would be the best way to calculate the item price. So what I've done is I created, again, this is using Boolean because this is an extension of the sorry, this is an extension of the task table. I use this naming convention, which is fine. I want it to be true or false for the name itself. Now the quantity, I decided to use this naming convention, which is very similar to what I use on the quotes table, but I added the Y instead of just leaving it at the T there. For the item price, again, the item price is a currency, so I set up the price as a currency. And then also on the formula section, I inputted the price manually, similar to what I did on the quotes table. I wasn't able to, because I wasn't able to extend from the supply table, I had to actually just do it manually. For future reference, I will be extending, and that if we just take a quick look at the materials table, the materials table does have the name of the item. It also includes the category that the item belongs in, as well as the price and a picture of the item. So this is, well, it's, actually we have to see the preview of it, but this is what it would look like. And again, I'm just taking the price and I'm putting it manually into that section there. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. Close this table and go back to the quotes table, actually the work order table. So again, I put in the price here automatically, so that way it's people cannot change it. So I'm doing this for, so the item is going to contain, the material, excuse me, is going to contain the name of the material, the quantity that was used, and also it's going to include what the item price is. Then I'm going to have another category here, another table that essentially is similar to what we had, which is item total. So if we create another one, what we can do here is just create something that says item total. Now, and on the quotes table, I did set it up as item total. That's what it comes up here. I do not want to risk running into another issue now, so I'm going to see if that's even available and if I can go through with that. So this is going to be a currency. The type, it's going to be currency, and it's not doing it. It's not doing it. I think it's because we haven't saved it. So let me save this, and then, oh, there was a problem. Okay. Okay, looks like we're back. It looks like we're back. It's good. So we're going to try to add another field, and this is going to be similar to what we did before for the quotes table. It's going to be an item, and it's going to be total. I'm going to wait for a suggestion, see what gets added. Currency, okay. Let's see if we can actually add the 0 or if we have any issues with it. I'm hoping that this is going to work, and it looks like it's going to work. All right, I guess the naming convention will be similar to what we had before. Let's just see if it does get added on here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and then hit save here. Oh, okay, there's an issue here with the administrator. Not sure what is happening here. Okay, we're going to try something different next time. Okay, so as I assumed, we do have the item price, and now we have an item total. Now, I had to get rid of the L because it was conflicting, because this is an extension. It was, this actually extends to the course table. I think adding the total, similar to what we had on the extended table, was causing an issue. So I just omitted the L, and I'll just have it as item total. So this is the name of the naming convention that we're going to follow. So I'm going to do this rest for the other. I'm going to actually, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and add the formula. So again, the formula is going to be a multiplication formula, and we're going to multiply the quantity, which should be here. I believe, before I could get there, let me go ahead and get the names here. I want to make sure I get the right names. Yep, it's quantity 0. And then, so let me go ahead and just copy this and put it onto my, I guess I lost my WordPad. Oh no, it's right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I want to get the name of the item price. You know, that table there, it's going to be this one. Alright, so I want the E. So, okay, so we have that. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to do the formula. So the formula is going to be multiplication. So we're going to do multiply. So we're going to multiply the item quantity. So we're just going to do quantity here. And it's going to be this one, quantity 0. That's the way we want it. And then do a comma, and then we do item price. It's going to have the actual E on there. So item price is correct. And we're going to hit and submit. And so that one should be working. Okay, so we're going to do that. On the, when we do the summation of this column here, the total material cost, it's going to be, so total material cost, okay, item, let's see, so do we have a name here? We do, we have that, and then we're going to go here, and then this one, I don't believe it's working correctly, and it's not working correct, so we're going to redo that later. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue with the rest of them. I'm going to finish these before I go back and address the item total. Before I go and start working on that, I wanted to do a retouch because I know that there were some audio issues we were having earlier when I went over the labor costs. So I'm going to go quickly over the labor costs. Again, we kept the Boolean naming. Actually, this is a reference because we are referencing the name of the users that are on here, or for the technicians. So it is a reference table, which is, we just added some quick labels, technician 1. And then we have hourly rates, so we have hourly rates here. Again, this is a naming convention that we have for the table hourly rate. We actually do go all the way to the E there. Instead of RAT, we just do rate. And on the project hours, not projected, just project hours logged, that's the naming convention we have. This is an integer. These are the hours that were logged. On this one, I also put it as integer. I could potentially change this because I just noticed that on the actual, on my quotes table, I believe that one is set up as currency. So, and it is set up as currency, so I'm going to have to go back and redo the currency on this one. But overall, it does work. I'm looking at it right now, and I believe that they're all working, with the exception of the hourly rate. Instead of being an interest, it should be a currency. But the formulas are working, so it's just a minor inconvenience that I have to fix, but it should be fine. We should have it fixed soon. So I'm going to go ahead and I will change those, and then I will show you the formula should be on here. So I'm going to fix those afterwards. But right now, I'm going to go back to the materials, and I'm going to finish setting up all the formulas and all the columns for each of the materials. Okay, so I went through the labor costs and I fixed these. Again, we have to do reference 1 for the actual technician name. For the hourly rate, we changed it. We had to add an extra 0 there because we were having issues just recreating what we had before. Not a problem. We also have, and